Members of the board. From Boardroom Productions, it's Boardroom Banter. Featuring your chairman of the board, David.
What is happening, everybody?
Chief Mayhem Officer, Derek.
Yo, 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 what is up?
And myself, Greg, your Chief of Obscurity. The following content is explicit. Discretion is advised.
Welcome, everybody, to Boardroom Banter. My name is David. To my left is Mr. Derek.
What is up?
And Mr. Greg to my right.
That's me.
Ooh. Hey, just wanted to welcome everybody to start your weekend right. First and foremost, this episode is brought to you by Boardroom Banter Ale. Unfortunately, you're never going to find it, so
Never.
don't even look.
Doesn't matter. It's more for me.
Yeah. You really won't find it, but it is delicious beer. You just take our word for it.
When you're with your friends, it's cheap fun.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, at least with us it is. Because,
Didn't cost us a whole lot.
Yeah, it's just between 3 buds, and that's it. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, speaking of buds, we really want to give everybody thanks for your participation on all the platforms. We are seeing your comments. We are liking them. We're trying to respond, but we're having some platform issues, specifically on YouTube, particularly at this point. We are working to get those issues mitigated, but thank you again for your participation. It does mean a lot.
Yeah, we were only able to respond to one comment back, and since then, doesn't allow it anymore. Don't know why. So.
Maybe YouTube is just afraid of what we have to say. I know a lot of people who know me that are a little afraid of what I have to say.
There is that.
That's why we all get along.
At least we know we have fans.
Right?
Yes.
And I want to give a shout out. One of our biggest fans out there, Brad. It's really cool. So I heard from my significant other who works with his significant other that I guess he's been at home a little bit lately, and he's like a diehard fan of ours. He's been listening to us.
Whoa.
But the only thing is that I guess he's been talking about us so much that she's literally like, you need to shut the fuck up or stop listening to this podcast, which I feel like that's
Don't
how
stop listening.
Our significant others feel. Also,
Don't
when they hear us talk, don't stop listening,
Yeah,
Brad.
no, keep it up.
My wife is amazing and supportive.
Tell your friends.
I am safe at home. No, really, she's great. But yeah, I'm sure she's tired of hearing me talk about it 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, my lady absolutely loves that I'm doing this too. I mean, she thinks it's kind of funny sometimes. So,
hey,
good enough for me.
Yeah, it works for me. I mean, even my wife's good with it.
Yeah.
fuck, I've been trying to be mediocre my whole life.
Well, we're gonna be above mediocre,
Right?
Escoche.
like maybe we'll see. Like
It
just a
could be.
skosh, like 0.1%.
At least.
At least 0.1%.
And you know what? Algorithms, if you don't listen to us, I will listen to us 100 times.
Yes. Every day.
You're really going to screw up my analytics, but hey, go for it.
I won't do that. But please, I mean, for real, I didn't know about this. You might not know about this. You're listening to us. If you like listening to us, subscribe, comment, share. Tell your friends about it. Let your friends like it.
This only grows with your help.
We want to give a big thanks to our number one fan. Thank you so much for listening.
Brad.
Feel free to pop in there. Comments, YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, all 3 platforms. If you have the time, we'll respond the best that we can. Also, boardroombanter@gmail.com, spelled BOREDROOMBANTER, gmail.com. Pop in there, send us an email.
God dang
I
right.
got another one. Brad, if you go to our Gmail and you leave a comment, we will talk about this next week. So I want to see if your wife has condoned the listening or if it's completely kibosh. But I hope you're still listening. Please listen. Be our number one fan. We love you.
I'll one up that ante. Give us a badass story, and we will read it on air.
Unfiltered.
Yes.
As long as it meets criteria that
Yep.
won't get us sued.
Yep. We will read your story.
And not only that, but we shall read it in the voice of Patrick Stewart.
Oh, I could do that probably.
I
Maybe.
can't.
I don't know.
That would be so
I'll
cool.
give you a voice. I can maybe do it in Randy Marsh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Hey, guys.
So, I was coming home from the gas station, Sharon.
Maybe that's like a Hank Hill mixed with.
Oh, we can Trust me, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
It'll be David, not me, so don't worry.
Yeah, and I know, Derek over here, he's been itching. He's like, I got topics. He's like, I got stuff to talk about.
Ooh.
So I don't know. He's still sitting over here burning a hole in my head with his eyes, which they're very little eyes. So it's, they're like little laser beams.
They're piercing,
Yeah.
he's saying.
I'll get you with my
Aw,
lasers.
that's so
Yeah.
cute.
Right? It's very cute.
So here's just something I think about. As you guys know, when we go out of town, we drive a lot. We go to all these places. We go where most of the time I have no service. No one can get a hold of me.
God,
But
that
one
must be nice.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. And I tell a lot of my clientele that too. It's like, you won't be able to get a hold of me on my days off, but I go and enjoy life.
Okay.
And I love that. But one thing I was wondering too, all these conspiracy theories, all this other stuff, I haven't dove down that hole as much as I should, but like, it has to make sense. And some of the structures and some of the shit you see in the footholes, like, do you guys think giants were real?
Yes.
Well, there have been some anomalies that are reported to have happened. And, it's real tough because it's not something you can set your own eyes on outside of what somebody else has presented to you.
I mean, these motherfuckers had to have rode the dinosaurs, right?
Well, they're
Or fucked them.
I mean, if
wow.
if you dive
I
deep
don't
enough down that conspiracy hole, it's not even a conspiracy theory. It's just a theory. Like, there's no conspiracy.
Because I heard a lot of the bones and skeletons were manufactured, that they kind of
Some were,
that
but
out.
there were a lot that were recovered that still to this day can't be explained, but somehow ended up in the Smithsonian Museum and disappeared after that. There's a lot of records of that from even back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, in newspaper articles of stuff like that going on. But there is the theory that yes, giants did exist, and that was during the time of dinosaurs and that kind of stuff. But
So it was the same period.
I'm not a whole lot on that because we're talking 65 plus million years ago of that before humans. So that one's a stretch to me. But if you're into the biblical or even in the Egyptian with the pharaohs and all that kind of stuff, the Nephilim, if you've ever heard of the Nephilim before, that definitely is something that I shouldn't say.
What's the Nephi fun?
Nephilim? It's in the Bible. It's half angel, half human, basically. In at least on the giant side of that, theory, whatever it
Chuck
may be.
Norris?
Yeah, it's giant human hybrid.
Well,
Chuck Norris.
I remember all the biblical portion of it too, but if you want to even look to the scientific side, look at throughout the history record in the last 2,000 years. It's rare, but there's human beings peaking 8 feet, upwards to 9 feet.
But what are some of like the most
David and
crucial
Goliath.
pieces of evidence that giants did exist? If you've gone down this rabbit hole, I haven't. So it's a rabbit hole I want to go down.
Yeah, there's not a lot of the physical evidence side of things. I mean, a lot of people think that maybe with the ancient structures that were built, that was done by giants before humans built anything. If you look at some places like Machu Picchu in South America, where the foundation of the structures versus, say, the midsection, top sections of them, it's completely different construction between the two. The bottom section is like the giant stones that look like they've been melted together to fit perfectly. You can't get a hair into the crack kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then you get up into the upper structures and it's like stacked rock in a lot of ways. So there's a lot of people that think that, to move those stones, well, either you needed a workforce that was probably exceeded anything that existed back then, or it was done by extremely large individuals who could lift said objects with ease. So there's kind of a two-way about that.
I had the discussion too with someone else this weekend, and then they were telling me, but what about pulleys? And I mean, pulleys have been going around forever, right? So that kind of opened my mind too to this whole exploration of like,
there are
totally possible. The wheel has been around forever.
But you got to realize the size of some of these stones that were moved.
I mean, we're talking multiple tons. The pulley system and chains, because you're not doing it with jungle vines or hemp rope unless...
They didn't have chains, so all they had was jungle vine and rope back then.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Obviously, I wasn't around back then to witness, but to me, logically speaking, I don't think it was pulleys. And then how are they attaching it? What are they attaching it to?
How are they getting it under the stone? Are they digging out underneath and then
No, I get it. And that's why I want to have this discussion, because there's a lot of different viewpoints from it. There's a lot of different things to where people are like, yeah, it could be this, it could be that. But like realistically, you look at it, like you said, there wasn't like a rope. There wasn't chains. There wasn't
the
really.
tech just didn't exist, because even in Egypt, all they've recovered were bronze tools, bronze and copper. And they say that they were able to chisel the granite the way that they were able to, like the granite sarcophagus, which granite is like a step below diamond. It's extremely hard rock.
Bro, the aliens helped us with the pyramids.
Well,
I wonder if that was helpful with it being, more dense and harder to maybe shave off,
But the tools that they had would be destroyed in minutes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Minutes in trying to do that.
Yeah, bronze and copper are very soft.
Very soft in relation to what they were actually doing.
Or was there a different curing process to these where they were soft at first? And
to have the precision that they had, I'm sorry, it had to be, in my eyes, it had to be some kind of cutting instrument that we don't know of. I'm not going to say it's alien technology.
Bro, if you had a motherfucker holding a spear to your head, though, you're probably going to cut that line pretty straight, too. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, motherfucker, I'm going to poke you with this big old spear in your ear. You're going to cut this straight.
There's actually a picture of a stone that was it's in Egypt. A lot of the stuff that I'm referencing to, it comes from some people like Bright Insight, great alternative archaeology theory. I'll just put it that way. Can't call it conspiracy theory because there's no conspiracy. It's just, hey, the knowledge, what we think we know just doesn't kind of make sense in relation to, again, copper tools versus granite. That's a terrible combination. It will never last against it. It would take you years to try and, oh crap, okay, say you got through 10 minutes using that tool. Okay, now you got to either sharpen it, reforge a new one, so forth, and then go back at it again. Sharpen it, reforge, go back at it again.
Then you got to reset. And anybody who's done any kind of construction work, masonry work, concrete work, even woodwork knows if you stop in the middle of a project and then you have to reset and sand to the same line or whatever, or make the same cut.
That's what I mean. Like,
it's harder.
Just the explanation doesn't make sense. So, but Bright Insight, does really good stuff on it. And so there was actually a picture taken of a stone block in Egypt where you can see a flat cut happening on the bottom of it. And this was an abandoned piece. It was flat cut, and the cut actually started angling. And then it just stopped, and they just left it. So,
oh, wow.
Because the cut went off.
Perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. So to have that and then to stop. Now and he actually brought this up in that, and this goes back to the tools that they were using and how long it would take. Well, you would have enough time to correct that. If you started noticing, oh crap, I'm getting just a little offline. Well, it's taking you so long to even make that cut that you'd be able to correct it and continue on.
Yeah.
Versus this cut, which started angling off, well, that has to be something that does it fast. In my eyes, that would have to be something that does it fast.
Or maybe they take it off and kind of whatever tool they were using naturally does an arc at the end of the stroke.
Something.
High arc at the end of the stroke.
Dude, there's cores taken out in the rock. In there, they have circular cores
with no tooling.
No.
They're almost completely smooth.
There's almost smooth. You can see little ridges on the edges of the core, but then even the core at the bottom of the core, it's flat.
Yeah.
What did they have? I'm not saying it's aliens, buddy.
No, that's just one.
I'm just saying there's something that they had that we don't know of that.
It's probably something stupid simple.
That's what I was thinking about. And also on the other thing, the aliens too. So here's another one. Like with how many fenced off, like everything's fenced off. Like it doesn't matter if it's farmland, anything else, like it's private property. You can't go onto it, right? All these desolate fucking destinations I go to or just out in the country. Like if we know about Area 51 and they've made that public, like what don't we know about? Like now I've dove into that a little bit. I heard there's secret railroads. We all know about the airplane that departs from Las Vegas airport, goes there every day.
I know someone that flew on that plane.
Yeah, so do I. And but I heard there's an underground railroad. I don't know how true that is, but it's like if they're willing to tell us this information and they're willing to say extraterrestrials kind of exist, Like, aliens aren't far from, like, reality. Like, what aren't they telling us? Like, all this land they have in the desert, all these other bases they could have, like, what the fuck? Like, it's just like, I don't know.
Well, gotta keep secrets, bruh.
Well,
The masses can't handle it.
A lot of those military installations, I see a need to keep some of that stuff, like real hush-hush, weaponry, locations of those installations, amount of weaponry at those installations. I don't care. Like, it's weird because you want to know, as a citizen of the country, you want to feel like you have control over your government, that they're serving you, not the other way around, and that they're making decisions that are good for you. But at the same time, if I know about it, I guarantee you whatever jackhole in whatever other country that hates our guts is going to be able to find out too. And that's not good for me.
Yeah.
I so wish they would have stormed Area 51 when that thing was a thing. Like, with
Oh my
that fucking
God.
page that they had going,
there
and
would have
all
been
that
bodies
shit.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Bro.
They would have been hauling bodies out of there for a month,
Yeah.
dude.
They would have killed everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I get it, but it's like, because I know it's not a secret. I'm from Utah. I've said that in many podcasts. There's a facility out there that I did a transaction in the business that we do. And this guy, like, even for us to, like, look at certain numbers, right? Like, we had to go through a whole process. And I guess he told me that he had worked at this military facility, which he told me, which he was telling me wasn't jeopardizing his job. So I'm sure I could speak of it. He was telling me as public information. But he told me that what they were doing was, like, basically producing nuclear warfare. And it was at a place called Dugway, which is in Utah, which is a base, which is pretty hush-hush, kind of like Area 51. I'm sure there's a lot of shit going on there. If you know about it, please comment. Please, let us know. What do you know about Dugway?
Let's see what you know.
But he told me that there was, like, I don't know, I'm going to say 6 or 7 because that's the number I remember. But there was like 6 or 7 different rooms. And what his job was assembling one piece of this, right? So he would get the part and he would have to assemble one piece of it. And basically it would go to another room and they would have no idea what that person did, what they did. Even when he went to go take a piss, he was having to get, like, directed to the bathroom.
Yeah.
They had, like, black things over
compartmentalization.
Yeah.
That's what they do, is to, in case if anyone got compromised or anything along those lines, all they know is a step. They don't know the whole thing.
But think about that.
That's
shit.
common
Like,
practice.
Yeah, no, that's common practice. But if there's other facilities like that, like, just, I mean, fuck, man, it blows my mind.
yeah.
Like, there's so much.
I mean, think of the billions
Vast.
and billions of dollars that the Pentagon gets every year in funding. Where does all that money go?
Nobody knows how
most
to-
of it's to dark funding stuff. Like,
Nobody knows how to
Batman.
lie. Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody knows how to lie better than the U.S. government.
Bruce Wayne, please
true.
fucking come out of hiding. I really want to see a Batman. Please, a fucking millionaire. Well, Jeff Bezos or fucking someone cool like Elon Musk, would you become Batman?
I just want to listen to Bat Metal.
ooh, that could be an interesting genre.
Pop in a comment if you understand
I
the
don't.
reference.
Sounds like some bestiality shit.
Back to bounce back onto your first of the whole Giants thing. There's a lot of interesting information you can find. YouTube used to have a lot of information on it, but the Great Purge in, I think it was 2019, 2020, like Adpocalypse, all that kind of stuff, they got rid of a lot of that information, which sucks because there was really good stuff out there on the whole subject matter of it.
I think they marked it as disinformation or conspiracy.
It was earmarked under conspiracy theory,
Yeah.
and again, I don't understand what the conspiracy is, but I understand there is a theory.
Yeah.
And that's but that's all they do is they label it something and then they throw it in a box and that's it.
I got another conspiracy for you.
No.
Raise your hand in this room if you heard in probably middle school times that Marilyn Manson had 2 ribs removed to suck his own dick.
Everybody knew
Yeah,
that.
everybody heard that.
Everybody
Is
heard
that true?
I have no idea.
My understanding is no, but
Yeah.
No.
I don't.
I mean,
I don't
it's
think-
amazing that before social media, that no matter what school you went to in this country, everybody knew that
Everybody.
Marilyn Manson had took out his 2 lower ribs so he can blow himself.
Thank you, chat rooms in the early 90s to mid 90s.
Yeah. So it's weird though how that, before social media.
Is that why you didn't have a
everybody knew that.
girlfriend for so long?
Me?
No, Marilyn Manson.
Who says he didn't?
I don't know. I mean, he only. Oh,
We didn't know his private life.
Maybe he had secret.
I was just
poon.
trying to make a joke. I don't know.
Oh,
He had secret poon tank.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
could do that all day long.
never hung out with Diddy, but he had secrets.
Oh yes.
I really liked his role in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually did a good job in that.
You know whose role I liked the best in that series
Opie.
was? Well, that was great, but Henry Rollins.
Yeah, that was a good role too.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Opie's character though, that was mine. And boy, oh boy, when they took him out in front of Jax.
Yeah, he
Dude.
went out like a maniac, man. He went out like a warrior.
Dude, that was a scene right there to watch. That
With
was
some
something to behold.
rebar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
What-
something to
oof.
behold.
What's the actor's name? The main actor, Jax from.
I don't
Charlie
remember
Hunnam.
his name.
Okay, have you guys seen Green Street Hooligans?
No.
Nope.
Watch that movie.
Oh,
that is one of the
okay.
best fucking movies that guy's ever played, and it's basically hooligans over in Europe, right?
Soccer hooligans?
Soccer guys.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like they show the whole like what's his name? Fucking Frodo from Lord of the Rings is in it, and that motherfucker has hands, bro.
Oh,
like
wow.
he has hands in this movie. Like I saw Lord of the Rings first, and then saw this movie after, and thought he was a fucking badass. What's his name?
Frodo
Frodo's-
Baggins?
Yeah, what's Frodo's name?
Oh God.
Is it Elijah something?
yeah, it's,
or-
Elijah Wood.
Yes, Elijah Wood.
I don't know.
So watch Green Street Hooligans, and you would never want to cross this motherfucker a day in your life.
Interesting.
Like these guys just rock people. It's like they show a little bit. They're at the soccer games, but mainly these dudes are partying in pubs and then beating the fuck out of each other after soccer games. Great movie.
Oh,
I wonder if they have any boardroom banter ale in those pubs.
Oh, they got a lot of
I don't
boardroom
know,
banter ale.
but I'm working on one right now.
Oh,
It is frosty and delicious and quenches my thirst.
It is a
immediately.
lager. We'll let you know that.
got to tap the can. You got to let it. You got to give it a little love first.
Right.
All with
And
the
then-
sweet.
A little bit of you're a bad girl, and then you crack it open.
Yep. Good stuff.
Indeed.
There's a new YouTube channel I stumbled on. I showed Greg the other day. I forget the name, the actual name, but some redneck dude tastes beer. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. He's pretty funny, actually. He's got
Yeah.
some good one-liners.
And a decent beard.
Yes, actually, very.
Gotta respect that.
Very decent beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what was it? He said he was drinking. Was it Satan's balls in his mouth or something like that?
Yeah, Satan's cock or Satan's
yeah,
balls.
yeah. That's how he described one beer that he had. That-
He was definitely referencing giving the Lord of the Underworld a massive amount of fellatio.
He
Yes.
must have been at those secret sex parties.
Oh, I like the secret sex parties.
Speaking of sex parties, order your new baby oil products GHB free.
Yes.
Make sure that
Yes.
you're ordering those particular brand of baby oil products.
And if you don't order it GHB free,
free.
just get a test kit. Make sure your baby oil is GHB free.
It's actually smart. I knew a lot of people that used to just call it water, and they'd put it in jugs of water.
Oh, yeah.
and sell the G that way.
Oh yeah.
I also knew a guy that got caught with like
mean,
6 gallons of it, and they field tested it, and they said it was methamphetamine.
Oh, you
So,
sucked.
and then so like, what are you going to say? Oh no, it's GHB. Like you're really like
Yeah.
fucking win or lose in that situation.
I just
Yeah.
didn't know that you could actually dose somebody transdermally on their skin
with that,
G.
yeah,
Like-
I knew you could do that with LSD, but I didn't
Yeah,
know that about.
I did
but
not.
I've also,
Bro, have you ever seen the fucking movie Limitless or the show? It's fucking like that. You take the right amount. Ooh.
Well, but that's orally. I'm saying they're rubbing this on people's skin, and apparently it was dosing.
I try it once.
Oh, all right. I mean, hey, maybe it's a
Fucking catch me outside with a fucking just full of fucking
about that?
baby oil fucking rolling around on a tarp.
Oh, good lord! Derek in his boxers rolling
No,
around
fully
like
nude.
a harbor seal
Oh,
in a kiddie pool full of GHB oil.
good times. Would you be barking like a seal too?
Oh, that'd be fucking on.
Fucking
More like
llama.
the
God, I thought you locked the pen.
I thought I did too.
He just wants boardroom banter ale.
He does. That fucking llama. I swear to
him a
God.
little.
I double patted it this time too. I don't know how he got out of that.
Smart little fucker. isn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
Don't underestimate the llama.
We'll put the gimp mask on him if we have to.
If we have to. Little chin strap dildo too.
Don't tempt me with a good time. You put some GHB on me first, please.
Well, that llama's been to a couple white parties. I'll just say that much.
How's it?
Speaking of chin strap dildo, I saw somebody out in the world today, and I'm a terrible human being.
Is it a wonderful world? No.
That person reminded me of one of the penguins from Happy Feet.
Oh, which penguin?
Not the one that Robin Williams does the voice for, but the other one with the big long yellow feathers off either side of the head.
Yeah, so that was Robin Williams still doing that, and that was Loveless.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy's as fucking tall as he is round.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, boy.
With basketball shorts on.
Nice.
And I felt bad because I'm sure he's a totally nice guy.
Basketball
So
shorts,
I
a
somewhat
hoodie,
feel bad for
and a leather coat.
And a leather coat.
That's a combination. You gotta be real comfortable with yourself. Putting that on, look at yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, we're ready to start the day. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you know who it is.
He was a happy dude. Moving on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Derek, I know that we've covered the Giants section. I have a little bit to say about that. Outside of the biblical references of the Nephilim in Giants and, outside of the scientific and DNA stuff that we've done and these anomalies we see in evolution, right? You also have just a lot of unknown when it comes to the archaeology side of it. And all
Ain't that the truth?
And it seems like you have several different cultures at what would be unreachable distances for these cultures in those time periods, all referencing the same things and all having an extreme understanding of the stars and the cosmos at a very early time in mankind. So it's really hard not to try to theorize and fantasize about what this could be.
No.
And all
Very
these
true.
platforms out there, you just have to let people have
Yeah.
artistic freedom to theorize and fantasize about these things and to dive into it. And if they're not hurting anybody, what do you care?
I mean, in some countries, Greg, you are a
'Cause-
large man. They might scream Godzilla and fucking run away.
Oh, absolutely. I can name two of them right now.
Oh, Godzilla!
I'm not going to say where because it's going to be a surprise attack.
Oh. Is it a surprise, though, when they can hear you coming?
Hear nothing. They'll feel it.
It'll be like the water in the fucking Jurassic Park movie where it's like, doo, doo.
Do you know how they'd made that happen?
No.
I'm full of dumb information, but apparently, so in that movie, to make that cup do exactly what it did, is someone actually they made a mock-up of the dash of that Ford Explorer, and they sat underneath with a guitar string, and they were flicking on the guitar string, and the vibration from that is what was what created that effect.
I wonder how they figured out how to do that.
Oh, who knows? Practical effects.
Have
man.
you?
But yeah, that was how they made that cup of water do that. Was a dude flicking a guitar string underneath the dash.
Have you guys watched YouTube videos on how they fucking make noises for movies sometimes? Like
yeah, it's
some
cool.
of the shit that they do is like, you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, how did I not fucking think of that? But
Yeah.
that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah,
it's like,
I have.
It's
and
like
it
Star
kinda-
Wars lightsabers. It's
Yeah.
electrical poles and
It
stuff.
kind of ruins it for me because now
Yeah.
I can picture it happening
Yeah.
when I'm watching.
Right?
It. Yeah.
Or you're like, fuck, why couldn't I think of that? Like, that's a fucking $1 million idea. Like, who records their farts for movies? Like, who is that guy? Like, who is the guy that recorded some big reesty fucking big old fucking butt chunks coming out? And
Derek?
like,
Don't know, but they're getting great royalties off
Dude,
of it.
Yeah. We know it was you, bud.
I wish it was me. My fart game isn't that good.
Do you remember the We're the Millers, the movie We're the Millers with Jennifer Aniston, and it was the kids bus ride and all that stuff?
No regrets.
Yeah, no regret. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one there, the no
Yeah.
regrets. Derek actually had a scene in that movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you remember when the kid got bit in the nuts with the spider?
Vaguely.
That
It's been a
was-
long time since I've seen
That was Derek's scene right there. Is when they showed them balls. Those were Derek's
Okay.
nuts actually on
So-
screen.
Let me put it this way. No, my balls, I don't have elephantitis. But like,
Somebody
have you
was
ever seen
yelling.
it? Have you ever seen an old plum tree, or have you ever seen an old tree that looks like it's just sagging and there's like two knobs at the bottom of it, but like you can see like the saggy, like the defined lines and the.
Have you ever seen two walnuts in a tall lady's stockings?
It's pretty much what you're looking at.
I know that everyone knows because they saw We're the Millers and they saw your nuts on screen. They know exactly what they're looking at.
I could picture that right now. Producer's sitting in his chair, and he looks across
No.
the studio, and he goes, "Stunt nuts!"
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's more like, have you
comes
seen
Derek.
Step Brothers, where he's hitting his nutsack on like
The drum set?
the drum
Yeah.
set? So
Yeah.
picture that 3 inches longer, and
Oh,
that's
boy.
more like my nutsack.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
And probably more wrinkly too.
Oh, dude, I could probably knock someone out if I just gripped it and shook it around and hit somebody in the head.
Gross.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get us in trouble.
Just saying.
Yelling "stunt nuts" across the house. It was my
Whoa.
fault. We'll just
My
say
bad.
that out loud.
My bad. That one snuck up on me.
Oh.
Just saying, if everyone wants to actually watch We're the Millers, you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
I feel like I need an underwear brand to sponsor me out of this. Like, if you could find me the comfort that I've been looking for. I've been told that sacks are like an angel holding your nutsack, and I have experienced that, but they still have some play in it. Like, I would really like a fucking underwear company to step up their game, please.
Boulders.
Boulders.
Are you creating your own right now, Derek?
Hey, there you go. You can do that instead. Make your own.
Dude,
underwear.
fuck. That's $1 million idea. Fuck Victoria's Secret.
it's
I'm
just-
creating a fucking...
Kind of like Jennifer Lopez. She couldn't
gotta-
find a pair of pants that could fit her butt, so she made her own pants.
You got to cut us in now. It's got to be boardroom banter boulders.
Okay, so I want some comments.
like
If
it.
you guys want, like, if dudes want, do you want a fucking store like fucking Victoria's Secret kind of that's not as like feminine or like, I don't mean to say this, but gay. I'm
We
not
will
saying
not
that in
model
a
the
bad
clothes
way or
for you,
anything,
though.
but just I would appreciate a good fucking underwear store.
Okay.
You know, you get some of these
Interesting.
underwears and you fucking wash them, or you get the the ball twist or like the sit on, or you guys know what I'm talking about. There's like a whole like nut stranglers. Like, there's a lot of different kind of boxers out there, and once you find your brand, you find your brand.
This is true.
But you
Amen
know,
to that.
Yeah. You know what? I could get on board with that maybe.
I mean, if there's just a one-stop shop and you could be like, oh, this is my figure, this is what I am, these are my measurements, boom.
It would be an online store only because no man would actually go in the store.
True.
You know, if
Unless we were introduced into Victoria's Secrets when the poor bastards fucking sit outside, like there's a little outside store that pops up off, or like a
There is
little
actually
side store.
Speaking of, there's a great cologne for men at Victoria's Secret.
For him?
Very sexy.
Yeah, for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's a great cologne.
It doesn't last the longest, though.
Doesn't, but it's.
I want my poon juice to fucking be there all day.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. Eddie Towlett. I'm not a
who works with
parfum. Thank you.
Everyone within about a 15-foot radius of you is aware.
Thank you. I was
At
the
least
fucking
it's
smelly kid when I was
decent,
growing
though.
up,
It's
okay?
I know it's not like it's some Hugo Boss for men. you
No.
know?
I was
car.
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry. I was the fat, overweight, stinky kid that like wore the same clothes for like days on end. So like as an
But you
adult, I
shower
like to
twice a
smell
day.
good.
How is that possible?
Not when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
I feel you, brother. I've always been the big guy. I was sweaty when I was a teenager, but I don't wear my cologne.
I mean, look
very
how
often.
ashy my skin is from just showering. Like
Yeah.
I need some moisturizers.
You know what's funny is I don't sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Not a big sweater. Doesn't matter. I can go hiking 5-10 miles and I'll just be a little moist on the head. I don't sit there and
little
actually.
moisty.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I don't know
Not
why.
me. I'll be like, I'll have like the Mickey Mouse print on my
Yeah.
shirt.
Doesn't happen to me.
So me either. I don't sweat a lot, but I'm not. So I'm more of the deodorant guy, not antiperspirant.
Okay.
I've gotten
Yeah.
some deodorants that were just antiperspirants, and I've smelt like the fucking devil's ball sack.
That hasn't been washed in a millennia.
Yeah,
Right
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
next to
that
right next to the
Famunda.
taint.
Famunda.
Yeah.
You know when you
Okay.
wipe it on a hot day and you just you get a fucking you have to just to see
God,
it.
you don't even have to hold your fingers up. You just
Yeah,
know.
yeah. We've all been there.
Why is that a guy thing? I've
It is a guy
understood
thing.
That.
And who
See
you
what my
guys
balls smell like.
and you know you guys have all done the smell test. Have you guys ever been called out by a girl and they were like, "You just did the smell test on me"?
No.
No.
I have,
Never.
and I was like, "No, yes."
Never.
But yeah, it's like we all do that, but
It's a guy thing.
it is a guy thing.
Never understood it, but it's a guy thing.
But yeah, so antiperspirant, like if there's any young men watching this, like, and you don't sweat a lot, but you smell, like, don't get antiperspirant. That's just for sweaty people. Like,
Yeah.
it's the deodorant you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
This is true.
and the aluminum and that stuff isn't good for you.
Oh, dude, it's like I was a fan of Old Spice my whole life, But honestly, like the last few years, like anytime I put Old Spice on, I get like these horrendous rashes
Yeah.
in my
So-
armpit, and like it
And I was
fucking
actually gonna
hurts.
say that. So like, even though I don't sweat, I actually use antiperspirant, because if I use non-antiperspirant, doesn't matter what deodorant is. I've tried so many different brands and I break out in the rashes and it hurts.
Oh wow.
Antiperspirant,
Yeah.
I never it doesn't. I can use the same exact brand in an antiperspirant. Fine.
Bro, Axe
totally
has had my
fine.
back since 8th grade.
I've used the same brand and scent of deodorant since high school.
Yeah.
But anything else is the same way for me. It'll break me out in a rash.
Yeah.
What is your
Sucks.
brand and scent?
I use the Right Guard.
I've been using it
Ocean
since high
Surf.
school. You think he'd have that right off the top of his
that'd
head?
be like, what
Right.
color of thing does it come in?
Yeah.
It's a gray. It's a gray pack. You can
All right.
get it in the 2-pack at a particular big box store, right? Pretty cheap. And so I use the Right Guard Ocean Surf aluminum free deodorant.
There we go. There we go. That's
okay.
the answer I was looking for.
All right.
Get it in a 2-pack, pretty cheap. You can pick it up in a big box store or order it from their online service.
I use the blue Axe. I think it's called Apollo.
Yeah, so
Pretty
you
good.
know, it's funny we're talking about this. You guys know I have a tween. I have a son that's 11 years old.
Oh yeah.
My 11-year-old son is almost 5'5", and puberty's starting to really kick in, right? So we're deodorant, showering all the time, all that fun stuff. He doesn't want to put it on. He doesn't want to stop to take the time to do it. He doesn't care about putting it on. He cares about stopping what he's doing.
That's
to
going to
put
be a
it on.
battle for your next 3 years, sir.
No,
Yeah.
it's just going to take him hanging out with us one time and me and you look at him and be like, God dang, dude.
Bro,
Did you put
stink.
deodorant on today or
Yeah.
not?
I can smell your pits, bro.
Guarantee you that one experience, he will put deodorant
Yeah.
on every day after that.
Yeah, no, that'll be a complex for him for a year.
Yeah.
So I tell him we recently went back home. We went over this last week, and he forgot his deodorant. So I stopped and I bought some at one of the stores when we got into town. And I was thinking to myself, all right, I'm going to get him a cool deodorant that's like smells good and it has a cool container. So I got him the Axe. I want to say Phoenix. I don't remember, or Apollo, one of the two.
Phoenix is like
Right.
the goldish reddish one, I think.
Well, they were
Apollo's
both
the blue.
black in the
Black,
stick
but
deodorant.
I didn't realize
Oh,
Derek
yeah.
is an Axe connoisseur.
Right. I think
Oh,
it's the
bro.
Apollo. I think I got him the Apollo, but
yeah.
I got it in the stick, and it's aluminum free. So I was like, okay, I'll do this.
Oh, yeah.
And so I get it home to him, and he's like, yeah, I don't care. It smells whatever. And here I was thinking, like, man, he's gonna think this is cool, and it's like a
Right.
little more grown up. No, he didn't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Did you show him the label that women find it irresistible?
No, I didn't show him that part because he's already like a little ham on the chicks.
I know.
He's got a little girlfriend.
Bro,
She
so the,
lives a few hours away, but you know, she is the daughter of my sister from another mister.
so the other day, this is like a bro code 101. Like I had to teach the kid.
Oh, okay.
So he's 13, right? I'm in the bathroom. I have the same routine. I'm a creature of habit. We all know this. Like I have to have a routine. But I go to get in my drawer in the bathroom. My deodorant's gone.
oh,
And
boy.
I'm like,
No.
what the fuck?
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
And I was like, I know I put it back there. Like I'm 1,000% sure I put my deodorant back there. And so I open the door and I'm like, hey kid. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, did you take my deodorant out and use it? And he was like, yeah, I couldn't find mine. Oh man,
Gross.
Disgusting.
that's like wiping your ass with the same toilet paper another man just used.
Did you just tell him to keep it?
You know he didn't shower before he put it on, too.
So I did take a little piece of line and
Yeah.
because I didn't have any more deodorant, but I was
Right.
like, dude, you can't like that. You can't take someone else's deodorant and do that.
Using,
Like that's
using their toothbrush.
yeah.
You get infections.
No,
Disgusting.
it's
Any of that.
and I bought the
Ugh.
kids so many. We've got him so many things of, but he believes it in the same spot, like in the truck in the back, or like I don't know where this deodorant goes. Like there's a fucking deodorant hole somewhere in my fucking house that all the deodorant just goes into.
Check the couch cushion.
Where he has to take my like, oh man,
It goes to the
it's
same
weird.
place
It's
all
disgusting.
the
Did you
extra
throw it at his head?
socks go.
no,
throw it at
no,
him.
I had to use it,
Oh,
but
that's- you poor sap.
it's kind of as bad as like I'm really weird too. Like if I go to take a dump and I have to sit on a toilet seat and it's still warm, man.
No.
Like if you, what do you guys think? If you sit on a toilet seat and it's still warm from the person before you.
Yeah, that's
and it's
a
not
little
cold, and you're
uncomfortable,
just
yeah.
like,
If it's my wife, I don't give two shits.
no.
Right,
But
yeah.
let's say,
I don't care. if
let's
it's
say
my
you're
wife.
at work.
But I don't do that.
I know
He
you
doesn't
don't.
poop
But
at
just
work
say if you
anyways.
were to do
That's
that.
why I live close to work.
Shut the fuck up, David. If
Because
you
if I
were
have
to
to,
do
I drive home and I
Okay.
do it here, and then I go back to work.
Listeners, if you know what the fear of pooping in public is actually called and can give us the definition, please put it in the comments.
I have one more shout out in this
I-
podcast. It's for the fucking Nordstrom's in Murray, Utah on State Street. The upstairs bathroom has fucking classical music playing. They have 2-ply toilet paper. They have a guy outside of this motherfucker that sprays you with cologne.
Oh,
Does
those
he
are the
powder
best.
your balls?
Dude,
those are the best.
When I worked at the mall, I tell you what, I knew every good bathroom to go into.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's nice when you find a bathroom that does that.
Oh,
where you get
oh.
the little butler guy that hangs out with you in there, and here, sir.
I don't know. It depends.
Hands you a fresh towel.
If I'm
Sometimes
Give you
it's
a-
weird. If he's
gives you a
making eye
spritzer.
contact with you while you're pissing,
Well, the only part
like
that
if you look over and
No,
he has like a bow tie on and he's like,
see, and that's what I don't mind. Like if you're taking, okay, that's cool if you're taking a piss, but you're going in to take a shit, and now all of a sudden there's just some dude standing in the room with you, listening to you grunt one out.
I'd
the
have to
entire
make
time.
I'd have to make it so weird. I'd have to talk to him.
so I'm gonna bring you into a realm here.
Cuttlefish repeating.
So I love it, bro. I love when I go into a bathroom and like I hear farts or you hear it happen. I start laughing so fucking hard. Like we all know how it is. You're pissing next to a guy in a urinal and you're like,
Yeah, well,
I'm like
that's
a
expected.
7-year-old. So I have literally been in the bathroom before and have blasted one out and saw a guy's fucking leg sit next to me and yelled out, "Battle shits!" I
You
wish.
have sunk my battleship.
I so wish he would have played with me.
You know,
boy.
it's expected in a men's restroom. I'd be curious of the stories in a women's restroom.
I bet it's worse.
Oh no! Let me enlighten the two of you right now.
Oh, I know. I used
you're
to
gonna-
be in that industry.
Yeah, it's no secret that I used to work in the hospitality / entertainment business.
Yes.
Right? Women's restrooms at bars and casinos are disgusting. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are there shits with no toilet paper?
You have to sit down to pee and it's all over the floor.
You might think you're perfect, princess, but I guarantee you there's a bacon stripe in your fucking panties. Holy shit, wipe your ass.
Ghost shit?
Yeah. No, shit, no paper.
Oh no! So they didn't even see if it was
yeah,
a ghost shit.
They left a floater with no
Bro.
paper.
That's always when you go into a fucking toilet and you see the floater sitting there and you see like 2 squares of toilet paper. And you're like,
know.
motherfucker.
Somebody's going home with a chick with a dirty
You,
butthole.
or even
And they're gonna
man,
lick that dirty butthole.
Oh God, I hope not.
like even males, like when you go see a fucking Turd Blaster 5000 in that fucking tank and you see 2
Yeah.
fucking squares and there's barely even anything on there, you're like, motherfucker.
the Loch Ness shit monster is perching over the edge of the toilet.
Yeah.
Like,
And no paper.
you stink.
Yeah.
Like everybody could smell your shit.
I immediately leave that stall. So terrible. And then in the
Bro.
place I last worked, there was posters on the walls in the men's room and the women's room. And one of them in the women's room was Audrey Hepburn, right?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, and it was a very classy
Yes,
poster. And it
I
was
like it.
It wasn't a cheap poster you bought at Walmart. It was a nice
It's
poster.
fucking Audrey Hepburn. It better be a
Framed.
good poster.
So, somebody decides that the appropriate thing to do is draw a dick on her face with
Oh
their
my
lips.
god!
I gotta tell you one.
Jesus Christ!
So the guy that owns that faux restaurant, right?
Yeah.
I go there on Friday.
That guy's
Charges
so cool.
me full price, by the way.
Fuck.
I could have told you that was going to happen.
Yeah, but I
yeah.
go into the bathroom, bro, and I go to take a piss, and I don't know if it's the culture or what it is, but there's a bunch of like naked women and like some naked pregnant women surrounded by demons, and these demons are like coddling them, and there's nothing but naked women and fucking devils in this bathroom, and I am like,
Are you sure they were devils?
the devils were Asian.
Well,
Like, I swear to God, bro, like, you have to go there to go to the bathroom because it was just fucking Asian devils
Bro,
with
you
white
shoulda
pregnant
went
women.
out and
I'm really
asked them.
glad
I didn't
Should've
have
went
my
out and
phone.
asked
I didn't
them.
have my phone, or else I would have fucking taken pictures and sent them to you guys. But I was like, every picture in there was tits and like fucking devils, and like I was
Well,
like,
that sounds
what
pretty
the
rad to me.
fuck?
Derek, I'm just glad you didn't lead off with that at the beginning of the podcast. They were Asian devils.
Bobby Lee's going to be super pissed.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't know what descent they were. I got told another thing that I said last week was not kosher, so I'm not going to repeat that. But like I was just saying, like I love these people. I love their food, but it was weird. Like the Asian devils with the naked pregnant women was like, it was fucking rad, but it was also like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm totally not shaming you for what you don't know.
No, I think it's fucking cool.
And if anybody else wants to, fuck you.
Just enlighten me. Like, why is there a bunch of devil Asian dudes with fucking white pregnant chicks?
They may not
Well,
be devils. They may be different.
No, they were like demons, dude. Like, I will go back to this place and fucking screenshot this.
He's not even going to go get a meal. He's just
No.
gonna, I got to use your bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
It might be a while.
it's worth it.
I had a lot of those.
Yeah, if I was
microwave breakfast sandwiches.
Bro, if I was 11, I would have rubbed one out in there so fucking hard.
Oh wow, that's gross.
Did they have like a Japanese toilet in there?
No, they had a weird urinal on one side and then the toilet on the other side. But
I
like,
I hear those are pretty magical.
yeah, dude, I tell you what, I went to the bathroom too.
Here we have the regular toilets, and over here we have the Japanese toilets.
the squatty toilet?
Dude, do Japanese people sound like Australians?
You have the what?
I'm just gonna ask.
You have
Are you an Australian or are you Asian?
Good day, mate.
Fuck are you talking
no,
about?
you can't.
for anyone that knows South Park, that is a scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when Randy Marsh is sitting in the Home Depot getting a new toilet for his house because it Integrity Farms.
Dude,
His toilet was going bad. Old Blue.
I want to go
Old Blue was
blast
going
a
bad.
toilet in fucking Home Depot so bad because the Jackass shows like that's
have
a,
to
Here's the thing:
drive
they
to a
don't
different
put.
city
They don't.
for that.
You can't. They don't even put them. Even
It's
in
on
the
my
city,
bucket
they don't.
list.
They don't put them on display on the ground anymore. They're up on a rack if they're on
Yeah.
display.
I'll
There's
get
a
up on
reason
that
for
rack.
They're at a rack like at an angle.
Greg,
So, good
boost
luck.
me.
Good
Boost
luck.
me, Greg.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not standing under you while you
Bro,
shit.
I will have my ass. Dude, if you could just give me like one hand and a foot, like I could totally make it in the toilet the whole
Okay,
time.
but you got to keep your pants on till I get you there.
Okay.
Okay.
So the dude,
He's not going to.
I went to the bathroom this week too, dude.
Balls are gonna
I-
knock me out.
I lifted open the toilet seat and like it was, dude, whoever was in there, it was so much splatter and like running down, like, oh.
You know, I had one time back at the old establishment. Somebody shit their drawers and basically took them off, threw them in the trash can.
if that was you and you're listening,
Yeah.
feel free to comment.
Yeah.
They did that at the new store.
Oh.
And he who must not be named called up another store and said, I'm charging you a cleaning fee because not only were his dirty
I
boxers
remember. Okay.
in the garbage, it was turd blasted all over the fucking tile. Like this person lost their fucking moose as soon as they walked in the fucking bathroom.
Wow.
Like it was one of those, like they saw the toilet and got so excited that it just fucking ran out.
Like perhaps the bending down to sit down caused an unexpected
Rush. Yeah.
Whenever you get your
pressure
froyo
buildup.
now, whenever
Yeah.
you get your froyo and it's brown, I hope you picture this dude shit just hitting the floor.
Wow.
I've seen
Good-
worse.
good
I
way to ruin
guarantee
it.
you. I guarantee you. Did I ever tell you guys the story about the phantom pooper?
Well, in my head, when you say the phantom pooper, I'm like, well, how do you have evidence if they're a phantom?
I will explain to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because when
this-
I hear phantom, I mean, I'm thinking you don't know, you never see. It's just
It
the
took
smell.
us-
That's
it
all it
took
was.
us
That
a
was,
wear a
that was
mask.
that was what the phantom pooper was. Is
No,
it was just
he-
you smelled shit in the air, but you couldn't find the source of the shit.
He wore overalls.
Oh,
Actually.
Wow.
Not a mask.
what a guy!
But there are people back home that are going to know what I'm talking about. So this was one of the first casinos that I worked at. It was actually the second casino I ever worked at. During the time I worked there, I was a security guard. And, one of the duties of a security guard in that luxury position is to plunge toilets and scrape puke out of urinals when people are assholes in public bathrooms. So,
I always cleaned my mess.
well, thank you.
Just
sir.
saying, I was that guy.
By the way, all of my bar-going listeners, I want to let you know, vomit does not flush down a urinal. That's why bars put ice in them. If you ever gone to a nightclub and that urinal was packed with ice and you're playing the little how many cubes can I melt game while you're half cocked leaning on the little divider thing between the you know what I'm talking about, guys that are listening.
I like being on ice.
Yeah.
It's a good way to not have pee splash back up on you.
Well, it's way easier to scrape like chew spit trash and vomit out when there's ice to catch it. Right. Ooh, I just got chilly.
It did.
So back to the phantom pooper. I go to work when that was like an 8 Mississippi.
Okay.
I mean,
Sorry, I didn't mean to break, but
no.
Derek went to go take a pee, and yet again, the door closed, and the door just immediately opened again.
It was a good 8 Mississippi.
This is your phantom.
I'm just emptying my condom cath.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's actually the way to live life.
Yeah.
Kind of.
If you don't use a condom catheter,
What the fuck are you doing?
Right.
it's the only way to live.
Get
you
into
never,
the future.
You never have to take a piss ever again in a bathroom.
Fucking boomers.
I know.
So, the story of the phantom pooper, I'll fill you in a little bit. Second casino I ever worked at, I'm a security guard. Security guards get to deal with other people's shit, literally. I get to work. The security guard I'm relieving from the day shift is like, look, there's a huge mess in the bathroom. There's shit everywhere, and I'm not fucking cleaning it too bad. And that guy was an asshole anyways. He knows who he is. I deal with the situation, and I kind of vented up to my supervisor and was like, hey, day guy left me with this, and I took him in the bathroom. Now, what I'm about to tell you is an actual account of actual events. I'm not dramatizing this. When I walked into that single person, no gender oriented bathroom, it was just that this is a bathroom, one person, here you go. There was pounds of feces. There was so much human waste on the floor, in the toilet, on the back of the toilet, and on the surrounding walls that it required a rubber squeegee. It required one of those buckets, one of those, what are they called?
They had to call in a mafia clean squad.
Yeah, except for it was me. I had to glove up and mask up, and I had to go in there with a rubber squeegee and one of those dustpans with the stick on it that you see in like a restaurant
get extra
or a
pay for that?
hotel. No, fuck no. I got minimum wage in my state of residence at the time, which was under $10
Wow.
an hour. Yeah.
That's hazardous pay shit.
It was nasty. It took me probably an hour to clean and sanitize this bathroom, and it was right at the beginning of my shift because the day shift guy was like, you know what, fuck this. And in reality, I can't blame him. We were making like $9 and change an hour.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Fuck that.
yeah,
No,
it was terrible. So we got it done. We went on with our lives. Another week goes by, same situation. But the day shift guy stuck with it this time because it happens in the morning. So keep in mind, this is a casino we're working at. There's video surveillance everywhere. The only blind spots are like in the bathroom because obviously,
Privacy laws. and all
yeah,
that,
it's creepy to record somebody
Right.
pooping. In this case,
You should at least have one that points straight down at the door so you can see who's walking in and who's walking out.
Well, believe me, they can figure out who's walking in and walking out, but it's not.
Apparently not a phantom pooper.
Well, they didn't know what time it happened.
Was
They
he
had
wearing
no
a
way to,
Phantom of the Opera
really
mask?
Pinpoint it. They had to like look back and figure out when somebody went in and then didn't continue going in.
If it was COVID,
You got
could
two
get away
situations
with
now.
it
You
for a
just got to
fucking
look for
year.
the same face
Yeah.
twice.
COVID masks, get away with it for a year.
That's true.
We had our suspects and we speculated for a while, but this person wasn't coming in. Wasn't coming in like on a super regular basis. Time was going by. We eventually did find out who the person was, but I never did. They never did come back before I quit working there for me to confront them.
Be like, hey, motherfucker.
Phantom pooper.
Like, and
Do you
honestly,
realize what I had to do?
with the amount of actual fecal matter that was there, I was concerned that person was not alive anymore. I have never seen so much shit in one place.
They were probably super skinny too.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Bro.
The exact opposite.
Yeah.
So one of my worst poop stories is my buddy had this, which he's a lifelong friend. Like, if you know who you are and you hear this, like, comment. I don't know if you even listen to the podcast, but his dad was like 550, 600 pounds, right? To the point that his dad could not shit on a toilet because the toilet would not hold his weight. So he would shit into the bathtub. Just, right? And then just wash it off, wash the bathtub. Fucking disgusting. But he had a little brother that was like 10. His little brother was so obese, like, it was fucking, like, it was weird, like, seeing this as a kid. Like, the motherfucking kid rolled over a cat while he was sleeping and killed it. And imagine the clawing and everything else. Like, the cat was petrified and dead the next day because he smothered it. But
all right,
I don't know if you guys just sat around watching, like, skate videos as a kid. Like, I was watching the fucking Zero video, Jamie Thomas's part. Like,
VHS
I was getting down.
Tapes.
Yeah. His fucking Rodney Mullen versus Daewon Son.
Yeah, bro.
Come on.
So his dad's in the bathroom shitting in the tub, whatever he does. We're downstairs. His little brother is like in his whitey tighties, like screaming how he had a shit because the bathroom upstairs didn't work. Oh God, dude! Like all of a sudden, like we hear this like greasiest, juiciest fart I have ever heard in my entire life. Right? So this kid, just to give you a mental picture. Like, he is 350 pounds and huge, right? Like, he's fucking in elementary school. Like, we're in middle school. Like, he is on the verge of having a heart attack, diabetes.
Damn.
This kid's in his fucking whitey tighties. And he's just like, Dad! And this shit blasts out. Like, it's fucking horrendous. Like, it's hitting the floor like a wet paper towel. Like, when you take a wet paper towel and you slap it on the floor, that's the sound his shit is making.
It's disgusting.
And it's splashing back on the kid's calves. Like, it's going up the kid. And he goes to turn around.
It's climbing.
To go run up the stairs to tell his mom, and he slips and falls in it. So it's like a fucking pig in shit.
Oh,
he's just slipping, falling in it. Like, he can't even get up. Like, it was so bad. But, like, it was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
He must have been a cool kid for you to hang out with him like that.
No, it was his little. Terrible. It was my best friend's little brother. And like, and this kid, like, oh, dude, it like, oh fuck, like it was bad. Like, I can't even remember the smell, but I can remember the kid shitting and slipping in it.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet that was the single.
He actually lost a lot of weight.
Oh, that's good for him.
I bet that was the single most embarrassing event of that kid's life.
Probably what made him lose weight.
Yeah.
Dude, and another one. So we're watching another skate video, a Sorry video. And
God, wow, haven't heard that name in a long time.
Right.
Jesus.
Almost Sorry or something was the video with Ardo Sorry. And I remember this. So did you guys ever make M80s out of flowers? Those stupid little flowers that spin on the ground?
No, I didn't use those.
Okay, so life hack. I'm going to tell you right now. You smash those motherfuckers up. Half of them have red powder. Half of them had black powder.
This is not.
Okay, I won't tell you how to make them.
This is allegedly.
So, when you make these things, I made them and I threw it into his backyard, right? These little homemade M80s, which we eventually blew up mailboxes with. But we're just fucking, we're beginning.
Allegedly blew up mailboxes.
Allegedly. We're beginning to make these. So we throw them in his backyard. It doesn't go off, right? So we're like, fuck it. We're going to keep watching this Sorry video. All of a sudden, all this black smoke starts billowing into his fucking room.
Oh, wow.
We're like, what the fuck? So it was a dud that reset, and it was the middle of summer, and it reset under his trampoline. So it started his trampoline on fire, which started his backyard on fire, which was reaching to the house, we got a hose, we got water, we got everything. But I'm telling you, right, this guy's dad is 600 pounds. Like, he didn't go outside if his life fucking depended on it. So we burnt his whole trampoline down. We covered it with dirt. So we took the dirt and fucking shoveled it, covered his trampoline. There was burnt marks on the side of his fucking house going to the back door that we barely stopped. Like, almost burnt this whole motherfucker's house down. Put it out, acted like nothing happened. Dad didn't find out about it for like 5 years.
Well, and that's why you don't play with that shit, kids. Yeah.
You would have had a What's Eating Gilbert grape too.
Dude.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
The hot edition.
The raisin edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker would need a crane to get out of his house.
Oh, God.
I've had a few people like that.
Oh,
Boy,
boy.
man.
In your previous
Oh,
job.
my previous years. Oh, God, yes. Dude. It's amazing the size some people get to.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Had you deadlifting at the gym, huh?
Yeah, but usually you're sitting with a crew of about 6 or 7 lifting
Yeah.
to make that happen.
Yeah, obviously.
Because you ain't doing it with 2.
Well, no, you blow your back out.
Well, yeah, you're just then nothing's happening.
Drop a nut, get a hernia.
So I don't know, boys. It's feeling like maybe we should call it a night.
Yeah.
First, I want you to comment or your best shit story.
Ooh.
Sorry, had something in my
Yeah.
throat there.
Brian.
Your best shit story.
And again, Brian, give us your best story.
Yeah. And it
We'll,
can be your best shit story, and
we'll
that'll
read
be
it live.
double duty.
We will read it live if it's good.
Protect, maybe even.
Did
with
you say
some
Brian?
flavor.
Yeah, Brian.
Brad.
No, Brad.
Brad.
You fucking failed. Our number one fan you called
I
Brian.
know. I'm sorry, Brad.
Even more reason, Brad, for you to.
Brad,
Yeah.
if you have a good shit story,
Yeah. We want to hear it.
Any
or
story.
any story.
Any story.
any story that pertains to any of this,
I mean,
Yeah.
if it's felonious,
even if it doesn't pertain to this,
if it's a felonious story, we will sift through it and we will make sure that the propers are taken so it can't come back on you.
Yeah, we're not going to let you get in trouble, dude.
Fuck no.
But we do want to hear from you.
Yes.
you should know by the last episode, if a cop comes for you, I will warn you first.
All
Yes.
right. David, where can you find Boardroom Banter?
Boardroom Banter, you can find us on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify every Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, every Friday, without fail. Because again, we want to start your weekend off right. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy.